Hello, welcome to the Smudge Room. I'm Jamie, and I have a frog in my throat. So, back with the Cusp reads, back by popular demand, on to the Cancer Leo Cusp, which is the cusp of Oscillation. So let's see what's happening for you guys. Oh, wow, yes. Okay, we've got the Ten of Pentacles and the Ace of Wands. This is passion, new, like fiery, like sexy energy. And the Ten of Pentacles. So, this is about your legacy. Like coming to a place where you can either see that you are going to have something to leave behind, or you've got it already. Like you're successful, wealthy, balla status. That's what that is. Okay, so awesome. What do you need me for? Let's see what else is going on. Okay, wow, I don't know who this message is going to be for, but okay, well, we got the King of Swords in reverse. Therefore, this is about abuse of power. And if you're on top of the world, I mean, are you doing it in the best way? Like, is that what you want your legacy to be? The King of Swords, yeah, I mean, abuse of power, somebody who steps on people. And I'm not saying you're doing that, but that is this energy. And, I mean, do what you want to do. You have free will, but karma. Okay, maybe you recognize this and you're trying to come about it in a new way, perhaps. This is starting back at square one. Like, this is, learning the ropes by starting at the bottom. And I don't think that that's literally the case for some of you. I think that maybe you're just trying to get to that mindset in order to avoid having some of these attributes of the King of Swords in reverse. Or, I don't know, maybe opening up your mind a little bit to some of maybe the wrongs you've done. What's the energy coming towards you? Okay. Just look at that for a second. This is about finality. I think it's possible that maybe you've hurt somebody that you really didn't mean to hurt. Like consequences. Like, these are consequences, from that. You've been running from a fear for a long time. Okay, we got the Two of Cups. Let's kind of start a new dialogue with this. This could be the person you've hurt. It's like a loved one, or romantic, someone you're romantically involved with. Let's find out more about that energy. Doesn't have to be romantically involved, by the way, just could be. Okay, the Nine of Pentacles in the upright. This is a person who's seeking their own independence, it seems like. Feels separate, totally separate. So how are you handling that? Sorry. There we go. Okay. Okay, we're going to read them both. Okay. This is your muse, this person, whoever they are to you. They're your muse. You're being a little possessive over them and not wanting them to leave. These could be reverse roles, by the way, just for the record. You can't control everything. You can't control anything, really, except for how you behave. Okay, so got heartache. Understandable. My best advice with this card, okay, is go through your grieving process. Recognize the things you did wrong and do better. And then you have to release this, because otherwise it's like you will remain in this place. And I think that this truly, this could very well be something that changes your course. Find out more. For the better. It could be something that changes your course for the better. And I hope I'm not offending anybody, but I'm going to say it. Like, this reminds me a little bit of, like, Scrooge. Like, kind of not the greatest dude in the world, but then sees the error of his ways, and it's kind of what I'm thinking. Yeah, anyway. Okay, yeah, hope. Maintain that. You don't have to remain here. You definitely can't do this. I think you're learning maybe that having riches is not all about money. Yeah, it's actually really cool. Okay, let's pull anything else. Got some fast change coming your way, so let's see what that's. Oh, you guys might work it out if there's change, I think. Yeah, that's great. That's great too. You can have it all. Like, you can really have it all if you, yeah, straighten up and fly right with the Page of Pentacles over here. Sorry, flipped over cards. Okay, so anything else? Okay, we've got the Page of Wands and the Ten of Cups in reverse. I think that's exactly what this means. I think that, yeah, you're never going to have that happiness. I mean, well, you will, but only if you change, your focus has to change from being selfish to being mindful of the other people in your life. That's what I see. All right, so let's do a fairy oracle. Okay. Message for the cusp of oscillation. We've got the Piper in reverse. And, oh, that gnome card. Let's read them both. The numbers 24 and 26 are the numbers of these cards. Okay, Piper. This is about music, order, harmony, seduction, and empathy, but in reverse. Let me read that to you. Okay. When we've blocked out the melody of the piper, we can be like someone mesmerized, lost in a dream, stagnating. Alternatively, this card may represent people so vague and diffused that they are insufficiently earthed to be able to keep commitments. Okay. Or even to remember that they have made them. And it wasn't just another fantasy. Self-absorption, moodiness, and self-deceit can be problems. Altogether, unreliability and untrustworthiness are a real problem. Look at the other cards to see if there's anything that can be done to rectify it, or if you just have to take this into account and make your plans accordingly. When the power of the piper is twisted, it becomes manipulated. It may be aimed at seducing others into something against their judgment or ethics. It becomes a spider waiting at the center of the web to entrap someone. One of the worst abuses of this energy is our empathetic understanding of the needs, hopes, and dreams of others to attempt to lure them back into self-destructive ways, especially by playing on their illusions, delusions, and confusions. That's kind of interesting. And then we've got, oh, that gnome. This is a trickster. This is about creative chaos, wild gifts, breaking habits and patterns. So, that's pretty crazy. Okay. It's time to leap up in the air, letting the earth turn beneath you and discover where you come down again. Reasonable risks are okay. Even unreasonable risks are probably okay. Use your head and look before you leap, of course, but do so understanding that the actual jump is likely to be rewarding. No guarantees, but there never really were any anyway. No matter how pretty the paper may seem to be printed on, the scroll work, and the scroll work around the edge. Reading the presence of that gnome tells us that the forces of chaos are at work. Things may not be as they seem, and that may very well be a good thing. Look for the unexpected, find the opportunity in it, and go for it. He says that no matter how confused things may seem, there's always a way to make them better, but it is in a creative way, one you've never tried before. He says, think amazing new thoughts. So, yeah, change it up, guys. Okay, well, that's all I got for you. Have a great spring, and I'll see you next time. Bye.